What are you guys doing out here? It's Halloween. We've been trick-or-treating. Are you alone?
There's a creepy man in a white mask.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to Matt Goes to the Movies. This is the spoiler-free instant reaction to Halloween Kills. I am directly out of seeing this movie with a lot of thoughts. Now, for this one, this is an immediate reaction review, and I'm going to keep it spoiler-free. You can hear the trailer for Halloween Kills playing in the background of this recording. Once I have a chance to rewatch this movie, I am going to do a completely spoiler review of this, but I wanted to take some time to get my immediate thoughts out there. Now, Halloween Kills is a direct sequel to Halloween 2018 and follows the immediate aftermath of the ending. So, spoiler for 2018, Michael Myers is thought to be killed in a fire. Obviously, he has not been. And this movie is incredibly interesting, and I think it's going to be incredibly polarizing. And from what I've seen, it is two ends of the spectrum in terms of you either really like this movie or you don't. I don't know if on rewatches it's going to be thought of different, or if we're going to have to wait until Halloween Ends comes out to see how this movie is remembered. Because with this set of films being a trilogy, this movie doesn't have a real natural conclusion. It has an ending, but it's very, very open. And I'm not sure how to feel about that. Going back to the beginning, boy, this movie does have an actual flashback section where we get to see what happens the night he came home from the original Halloween. Again, no spoilers, but there is a flashback scene in this. I won't tell you what happens. And man, does it feel really authentic. A great job shooting it. And I really like those parts of the movie. I thought it added some really good story. To me, this is more than just a slasher, horror film. Once again, they nail the look of Michael Myers in this movie. He looks incredible. He's menacing. The kills are some of, to me, the most brutal in the Halloween series, but not in a way that feels over the top. It feels like a natural progression for Michael from this movie, from the first movie to this movie. And I say progression because they try to explain how the town views Michael Myers and why he's doing what he's doing. I appreciate the fact that they look to be trying to go into some sort of explanation to Michael, but not really treating it as campy or corny. I think they do a really good job. There are some things, though, with this movie, and this is where I'm going to be interested to rewatch it, let my thoughts, simmer from this first viewing that I just had, and rewatch this movie having some thoughts in my mind already, because I do like this movie. I'll get that out of the way. I like Halloween Kills. I do. I think there are some very, very good things here. The score, once again, is amazing. Like I mentioned, Michael looks incredible. The kills are great. There's some really, really well-done cinematography in this movie. But it is a movie that seems to fall and crumble under its own weight. Again, this is not just a horror slasher movie. There is a story behind this and what Michael Myers has done to this town of Haddonfield with killing people and the fear and the terror that he has brought on this town for 40 years. It's not just Laurie who has been affected by the original events of Michael Myers. The town as a whole has been affected. And I like the concept, but I'm not sure the execution really works, and that's due to some surprisingly really weak script writing in certain spots. I really thought the first Halloween from 2018, the one that started this trilogy, it is one of the most perfect horror films I've seen. I've done a review on it, minus the one subplot that I can't stand. I think that is an incredible movie. The script is tight. Everything about that is what I wanted from Halloween. And it's interesting to see some pretty big missteps in this movie with the script and how the town reacts to Michael. It doesn't always land for me, partially due to the script, and I do think there are some pretty poor performances from some actors and actresses in this movie. Now, again, I don't know if it's them, if it's the script they had to work with, but the execution does fall flat in some of the areas where it really needed to stick for you to really understand what the people are going through in Haddonfield. It is great to see such a long line of returning characters from the original Halloween movie. The original, not 2018, the original Halloween. There are many surprises in this movie. Some of the things I did not know about from seeing the trailer, so I was pleasantly surprised to see some of these returning people coming back, having a part in this. For her part, Jamie Lee Curtis as Laurie Strode, once again, is absolutely fantastic. I thought she did a great job. I thought the daughter and the mother, once again, they did a really good job as well, and showing how this affected their family, how the realization that their mother was right all along, that the boogeyman does exist, he's coming for them. Those things are good. I enjoy this movie, so it's going to be really my second watch through that I think will determine how I ultimately feel about Halloween Kills. And in a way, I think it will have to wait until Halloween ends, which I think is a very good thing based on this movie and how polarizing I think it's going to be and how I've seen it so far be polarizing with reviews from fans and from critics. I do think it is a very, very good idea and a smart play that the trilogy ending movie Halloween Ends is coming out exactly 1 year from now. I really do think that it needs to be released. Again, I think a year is fine. I don't think it needs to be released any sooner. But I think fans need to see how this ends and what the conclusion is to this trilogy to really get a better understanding and grasp on how they feel about this movie. And that's myself included. So I'd be interested to see what people think about that concept of you have to see this trilogy to see how it's bookended and how you feel about this movie. So, with that being said, again, there's not a lot that I can go into here without getting into spoilers. So check this out, watch the movie, and then how I'm going to do this is I am going to rewatch this movie on Tuesday. I do have it streaming on Peacock right now. So what I will be doing is I will be checking this out from home. I am going to rewatch this movie based on my schedule this coming Tuesday the 19th. Once I do a rewatch, I am going to get a spoiler-heavy review out to really dive into my thoughts about some of the plot threads of this movie, because I think, in order to really, really discuss how I feel, I need to get into spoiler territory. But with this movie just being released, I wanted to get out some of my thoughts and use it as a barometer, so to speak, and go back and see how I really feel about this movie, if it has changed on my second run through. If you've seen Halloween Kills, let me know what you think of it. Obviously, you can leave spoilers if you want to. Connect on social media, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, through the email address. It's all in the show notes. But let me know what you think about Halloween Kills. I've talked to a few people already, talked to some people coming out of the theater, and I was really interested to see what people's reactions were. And I'd be interested to see, if you watch this movie again, how you feel the second time through. Has your opinion changed, worsened, gotten better, stayed the same? Let me know. As always, this has been a lot of fun. Thanks for listening, and until next time, thanks, listeners.